Alrighty. So we are here this morning with the amazing Walt from White Label Suite. How are you, mate?
I'm going grand, man. Thanks so much for having me on and talking about all kinds of things AI and lead gen. It's amazing.
Mate, it's a pleasure, mate. You have magic in you, Walt. I love it. I love your little sign behind you, mate.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I strongly feel that. Believe it. That was a gift from Johan, actually. It's as we're doing our podcasts and getting some our clients coming through. It's the message that I really want to make sure everybody understands that you have everything you need right inside you. You've got everything that you possibly could ever wish for to succeed. You really do have magic. So I keep helping people understand that about themselves. So Johan bought me that so we could have it on all of our media.
Awesome, mate. Very cool. So what we're going to talk about today, anyway, is that I guess it's a troubling thing for a lot of people. Is that whole lead gen thing? Like, where do I get leads from? How do I manage them? How do I get them through in my funnels and stuff like that? But like, how do I get leads, right? Because a lot of it is a volume game, right? I know we talk about like how can we do it efficiently and effectively, qualify leads. There's all that stuff that we can do to optimize our lead
Mm.
gen, but there's still a certain numbers game to it, right? It doesn't matter how good you are with sales. Like not everybody's closing everybody all the time. So you've got
Yeah,
to have some kind of volume game in there and just figure out your numbers. It's like, well, is my close ratio 10%? Well, okay, then I need 10 leads to get one customer. Am I
Mm.
terrible? And is my close ratio like 1%? Then I need 100 leads to get one
That's
customer.
it.
Wherever you are at in that journey, you've got to have a volume of leads and figure that out.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to kind of talk about today, like lead gen. You guys
Mm.
have some amazing tools for that with White Label Suite and Prospect Falcon, all those things that you do as well. Um, we also have a really cool free training that you guys also gave us, which is in our members portal, which we will drop the link to below this video as well. So wherever you're watching this or whenever you're watching this, there will be a link for that below this video as well that you guys can jump in and go through there. Um, but that's what we want to talk about today. Like lead gen,
Let's
you
kick
guys are
in.
definitely leaders in that field in the JHL space with some of the tools and strategies and all the things that you have there. So we're going to have a good discussion about that today, and hopefully we can
Mm.
help push some people along the path.
Yeah, thanks, man. I think lead gen's changed a lot. Over the last 5, 10 years especially, but even more so in the last 6 months, 8 months with AI now just popping its head up and making everything possible. And lead gen as a result has changed massively because you're suddenly able to do amazing things that you weren't ever able to do before. And it is really about having the right tools in your toolbox. And if you're trying to build a house and you haven't got all of the tools in the toolbox, then every single step seems difficult. But if you've got the right tools, then things will get easier as you go along. But talking about the numbers game is really interesting because mate, you've probably seen it as well. It was a viral YouTube clip at one point. A guy, I think it was in London, with a roll of $100, would have been £100 notes, and trying to give them to people,
Mm,
and even like no catch, no hitch, no hidden agenda. It was just trying to give people £100,
mm.
and people were like throwing their hands up and backing away from him, going, "Get away from me!" And it was a really great sales lesson because no matter even if you're just trying to give people money, you still get people trying to say no, like, no, I don't want it. So from a sales perspective, if you understand that, then you understand that not everybody's going to say yes to you. Even as amazing as we feel like our offer is, the myCRMSIM offer. What an incredible offer. What an amazing tool to have in your toolkit. And yet some people will say no when they see it. They're like, no, that's not for me.
Mm.
People do the same thing with high level, amazing. It's the most incredible tool you've ever seen in your life. But for some people, it's just not the right time. And I love what Matt Decino talks about, in terms of getting that no culture and being comfortable with no, because that allows you to feel like no matter what, I can keep doing this. As long as we get the numbers right, we can keep doing this. And one of my sales trainers explained it to me. He said, in every deck of cards, 52 cards, there's four suits, 13 cards per suit, and in one suit there's an ace, right? So there's an ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, etc. And if you've got a stack of cards and you turn over a card, that first card may or may not be an ace, but it doesn't take any of the others away from it. So I turn over and it's a six. Okay, I'll turn over another one and it's an eight, and I turn over another one and it's a two, and then it's a queen. But I've still got four aces somewhere in that deck, and if I just keep turning over enough cards, at one point I'll get the ace. And if we think about that from a sales perspective and from a leads perspective,
Mm.
there's plenty of cards out there in the deck, and there's an ace in every suit.
Somewhere.
You just
Yeah.
got to keep turning over the cards until you get the person that goes, "I'm your ace. I'm ready to go." The great thing with AI, and this is what we were talking about when we put our topic together. The great thing with AI is that you can engineer that deck to be in your favor. So you can use AI to stack that deck so that you can have more chances of getting an ace. And only AI allows us to do this in a way that hasn't ever been possible before. So I'd love to show you guys like what we mean by that, and kind of talk it through and see if we can help you guys stack the deck in your favor, and see if we can show you how you can turn over fewer cards and have more chance of getting an ace when you do so. So yeah, happy for me to
Yeah.
go through that, Gary.
Absolutely, mate. And I haven't actually seen that video you're talking about with someone giving away £100 notes, well, probably £50 notes, I think, in London, if there is £100 note. But I'm amazed they got out of London alive if they were trying to do that.
I was just trying to get, and it's amazing. You see people like back away from it, like don't come near me, man. What are
Hmm.
you trying to do? And it's a really we're conditioned that this is too good to be true, right? And it's just a great sales video to think through. So let's have a look at AI and how we can engineer those opportunities to be a little bit different. Because one of the things that I want to cover off is it needs to be easy, it needs to be automated, and it needs to maximize your time. And if we can get those things right, then your growth is a lot easier to handle. And all of the high level companies that we've worked with over the last 4 years have been involved with high level. If we can get that right, if we can make it easy, if we can make it automated, and we can make it a good use of time, then it's an easier step to take to grow. Because we find a lot of people banging their head against a brick wall trying to get that next sale, or even just trying to get that next appointment. And if we can, yeah, make it automated, make it easy, and make it worth your time, then it becomes a lot more accessible, I guess, for everybody to move on with. Cool.
Yeah.
So,
I just
Gary,
I
can you
just want
see
to say,
that?
Walt, as well, for people like just so people understand the scale of White Label Suite and what you guys are doing. So where you see all this as well, because you've got data and you've got a great
Mm,
tool, but you've got data and agencies using this. I think you've got about 2,500 agencies using
yeah,
White Label Suite.
yeah,
So
yeah. So,
that's the
white label
agencies,
suite,
and then
yeah,
the sub accounts. So there's a lot of lead flow coming through all your stuff. It's like us with
millions.
SMS, right? We've got about 500 agencies now using ours, but there's
Mm,
millions of text messages across different sub accounts and so on. So like we see what's going on. So you guys are in the
yep.
thick of that. So you really know what's going on and what's working with this. So this is all
Yeah.
coming out of experience across a huge number of agencies, really.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's a great point. So thanks. We as a company, what White Label Suite does is we actually allow the agencies to brand our tool. So we'll show you the tool, but understand that white labeling that means that you can have it as your own, and then you can sell it out to your sub accounts under your own brand. And you're right, Gary. Like 2,500 agencies have worked with White Label Suite over the last few years, and all of the sub accounts and all of the lead flow and millions and millions and millions of searches and leads
Mm,
and integrations back into high level. We definitely have that ground to stand on. But what's really fascinating for me is Johan, who's my business partner. You guys have met before. Johan and I were having a chat with a business coach 4 months ago. And we were chatting to him about the program and about the tool and about our agencies. He asked us a really important question. He said, "What do your agencies? What do they need to be able to succeed?" And I said, "Well, they need to be able to make sales of this tool and high level and fill their funnels and get all that kind of stuff." And then he asked the pivotal question that changed everything for us, and it's about to show you what we're going through here. He asked us, if every sale was $1 million, but you only got paid if your clients succeeded, what would you need them to know before they signed up with you? And Johan and I both like rocked back in our chairs and we're like, whoa, if every sale was $1 million, but we only got paid if our agencies succeeded, there
mm,
was a few key pieces that we wanted them to kind of really understand and that would help them succeed. And that's kind of the base of what we're putting together here. And the first part of that was how to remove everyone out of the market that's wrong.
mm.
And that's completely counterintuitive to what we typically find as we're looking to build businesses. But as we examine that question, what do we need them to know? The first thing was we need them to know how to remove the wrong customers and stop wasting time and stop wasting money. And if you can only fit in 4 sales meetings this week because you're, day in the life of a business owner, if you can only do 1 sales meeting, it needs to be the right one. You need the best opportunity. You need to make sure that it's the highest chance of getting a yes. So we started with understanding that. And that's what I'll go through. But yet for us, that was a major thing. Like we walk our talk. We're always trying to get better. So working with a business coach, our success as a company, White Label Suite, is based on our sub accounts succeeding. So what can we do to help them succeed? And this knowledge that I'm about to go through is the base of that. So ideal prospects made easy. Only AI makes this possible. Here's the problem. The problem for most people is that they feel like they need more traffic. We need a bigger ad spend budget. We need more content on YouTube. We need a bigger audience. We need to reach more people. But the truth of that is that it's not just any traffic. You need the right traffic. Showing your offer to the wrong audience is like serving steaks to vegetarians. It's a complete waste of resources and opportunity. Now, if you've got a vegetarian restaurant and you're marketing to vegetarians, you're in the right space. If you've got a steakhouse and you're marketing to steak lovers, you're in the right space. But if you cross them over, you waste a lot of money trying to adopt one to the next, right? And
Yeah.
that's why the traditional marketing, in inverted commas, approach fails most people because platforms like Meta, Facebook, Instagram, like YouTube, like LinkedIn, are incentivized for quantity, not quality. And as much as they go through the targeting side of things, they're still incentivized for your message to be seen by the biggest audience that's possible. They get paid by click, by impression, by view. And so when we put in an ad as an example and we say show it to all of the chiropractors in Denver, then they say sure, happy to take your money, and they put that ad up. But what we know as a fact, as a real truth from that data, is that there's only ever a small percentage of that market that are ready to buy, that are in the right frame of mind, that have got the finances to buy, that are problem aware. But the problem is that the platforms say, here's the broad spread. So
So we're
they
talking about going
maximize.
even deep. Sorry, we're talking about going even deeper than niching here, right? This is like
Hell yeah,
niching going into your
absolutely.
niche and then figuring out who in your niche are the people that are ready to buy. Like
You got that
all
exactly
those
right,
things you
man.
talk about.
Yeah, and we did a profile report for you, which was resulted in
That's right.
you
Yeah, you did.
inviting us to come and talk here, and we uncovered some truths in that marketing report that just show the reason for going deeper, and understanding that. And we'll get to that in just a second because now you can use an AI tool, which by the way we're going to give you guys for free. So you can use an AI tool to do that deep research and get so much better results, even if it means spending less money on marketing or spending less time chasing the prospect. You get better results by just following some simple steps. So we'll give you guys that for free in just a sec. So the traditional style, and again, this is what we wanted to start with. Removing the wrong people is as important as finding the right ones. Yeah, because there's plenty of business out there. It's just about getting in front of them in the right way. So moving through, in the era of AI can help you identify your ideal prospect, including, this is so huge, man, including what they're thinking about and where they are. Like never before has this been possible, where an electronic tool can help you understand what your customers are thinking about and where they are, and being able to bring that back in a way that we as humans can understand, right? AI can then help you personalize your communication with them. So that to such a degree that they feel like you're talking specifically to them. It's like, man, this guy gets me, right? But because AI allows us to do that research and understand who they are and what they're thinking, then we can personalize the communication to that person and we can hit the emotional pain points, and it just makes the whole process a lot easier. AI can help you reach them and get their attention in creative ways. And AI can help you craft offers to those ideal people and close more sales more often. It's amazing, right? Being able to do all of that. And again, it's just about having the right tools in your toolbox to enable you to get that underway. So the old way, as we said, the approach to making more sales involved casting a wider net. So it's the traditional way is this just like get the broadest audience that we possibly can. And people say, choose a niche. Okay, real estate agents, get all the real estate agents that we possibly can. But the bigger the audience is, the more diluted your attention becomes. And let me see if I can explain that. We all, as professionals, need to have a marketing budget. Now, if you're running on a slim cash budget, the budget is only made up of time, right? I've got 2 hours per week that I can spend in trying to generate new business. And again, as a business owner, what I have to tell you is you need to have a budget for generating new business, whether it's cash or time or both. It has to be an absolute must within your game plan. I need to have X amount of hours dedicated to generating new business, right? The trouble is that the dilution happens. If we've got 100,000 real estate agents that we're trying to reach, and I've got 2 hours a week, then the percentage of my time that can go to reaching them is really small, right? And if we look at that from a cash perspective, it's like if we only have $5,000 a month or $1,000 a month to spend on our advertising, if I'm trying to reach 100,000, then I can only spend 0.00001 of a cent to try and get the attention of one person.
Yeah.
Painful. But if I can narrow that down to like, you're not trying to reach 100,000 real estate agents. You couldn't possibly deal with 100,000 real estate agents if they all came through I say real estate agents, but it could be business coaches or it could be accountants or it could be chiropractors or dental practices or whatever. You couldn't possibly deal with 100,000 if they came into your business anyway. So how about we focus on 100 of the right ones that have got the most chance of saying yes? And then we can focus our time and energy into getting those people and getting the best chance of getting on a call with them, right? So you spend as much as you can to reach a small percentage of them and you hope you get enough clicks before your budget runs out. The problem here is that most of your message reaches uninterested people. And as we talked about with that, giving money away on a street corner, people just say no. But there's a percentage of people that have got a problem that you can solve. And Gary, you brought up my favorite word there, which is a niche. A niche is not an industry. A niche is not a vertical. A niche is a specific set of problems that you're qualified to solve.
Mhm.
That's what a niche is. So we can say, I solve problems for real estate agents in Phoenix, Arizona, who are constantly losing leads because they don't have systems to follow up. And I deliver back to them a system that does that every single time. I've got a specific set of skills that solves a specific set of problems for a specific set of people. And that way you'll find those people raise their hand. Because if you can say that out loud, right? If you can actually say, if you are a real estate agent in Phoenix, Arizona, who has this problem, I'm your guy, then the people that match that criteria will go, then help me. But the other ones that don't match that net will immediately bounce out. It's like, I'm not in Phoenix. I'm not in real estate. I don't have that problem. Cool. Thank goodness. I don't have to jump on a call and spend my time to understand that because you've already self-qualified, right? So a niche, if you can think of it as a specific set of problems that you're qualified to solve, that can include geography. That can include financial, right? I solve this problem for this bunch of people, and only the ones that can afford $10,000 a month are my people, right? Cool. Well, then
It's
yeah,
it's with like you say, that qualifying people out as well, because with your ad budget, right? Like you say, you've only got so much money that you can spend, but people have only got so much attention and time as well, right?
right.
So
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
so much, like I don't even know how many ads you'd see in a day now,
Oh,
or
it's
bits of
countless.
information. Like it's thousands. Like our brains are not even wired to deal with this amount of information, like compared to,
Exactly. And so
I
you need
don't
to
think.
call that out. You need to be loud and you need to be visual and you need to be specific so that you grab that attention because you've only got microseconds to be
Yeah.
able to do it. So, yeah,
And something
absolutely.
that resonates with them when they're going through, because yeah, they see that and they go, stick with the real estate one, for example, like, we help real estate agents and we'll get you more leads. They'll just go, oh yeah, another one that does that. But then if it's very specific, we help
Right.
real estate agents in Cleveland, I think it was, you said, yeah, in Cleveland. They'll go, oh, actually, I'm a real estate agent in Cleveland.
You've
Little
got you've
hook.
got one more second to make the next point. Are you a
Yeah,
real estate agent
exactly.
in
Little
Cleveland?
hook.
Yes, I am. And you're getting that micro, yes, I am. Do you have leads that come through that you never get back to? Yes, I do. Would one
Hmm.
more deal a month change that for you? And can we put an AI system in place? Now I've got three micro yeses by the time that somebody's got the scroll and I've got their attention. It's getting that finite. with a specific set of problems that you're qualified to solve, that changes the game, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's where we came into, Gary. That's literally what we needed to teach to be able to get people to succeed more, even with a lead generation tool, is understanding how to do that at a different way. So we created what we call the three pillars of perfect targeting, and we start with psychographics. So psychographics is a fancy word, but it literally means the values, the attitudes, the interests, the lifestyle choices of that target market and what drives their purchasing decisions. That's how they think and act, right? The demographics, of course, where they live, how old they are, what location and income level they've had. That is easy measurable, I guess, profiling, and that's the one that's been always the easiest to do. But then the pain points, right? The specific challenges and frustrations that your ideal clients experience that your solution addresses. And if you can get the three of these things right, you can spend less money and less time, and every single message you create answers and speaks to that ideal audience. You go a lot further to creating a win, right? Sarah said, since implementing AI-powered targeting, our client acquisition cost dropped by 68%, and while her conversion rates increased. So the reality is, if you can get these three pillars right, you spend less money and less time, and you speak to the ideal client more often. So what happens when you mix that together? You end up with better results, right? So, straight for the audience, straight for our listeners, if you're watching this as a replay, if you just knew those three things about your ideal client, would it increase the value of your marketing? We all get told that we need to create more content. So we grab our phone and we point and shoot and we say, hey, just out here in the sun and doing this thing and whatever. But if you knew the content that you could create that spoke to the specific problem of the specific niche and vertical and client that you're looking for, you could be so much more targeted just even in the content you're creating. You could talk to the pain points. You could understand who you're speaking to, and that way it's not just random. And if we get that mentality, everything we do needs to be targeted to understand and to talk to the ideal client, whether it's an email or a chat message or a point and shoot video. You can start to increase your results massively just by understanding this about your client base. So, Gary, does that make sense?
It does. I just want to stay on that for 1 second there,
Yeah,
Walt, because
absolutely, man.
I don't think you're doing this intentionally or whatever, but I think what we're kind of talking about here is we're talking to agencies right now about, this is
Yep.
helping agencies get more leads. You serve roofers, chiropractors, real estate agents, whatever it might be. Do this so that you can get more leads for your agency. I think
Yeah.
they've got to remember this too, that when they've got their clients and they've got them on board,
Massive,
don't
massive,
forget to do this for your clients as
massive.
well, because this
Exactly.
is going to get them results. Like, make sure you follow
And
the same process and profile out your clients or your clients'
what an
leads.
incredible community that we live in, mate. Like the high level community, everything that you learn inside of this community is what you can then take to your clients to help them,
Hmm.
which is it's incredible because that makes you as the agency look like a rock star because you're going into an organization and you got to understand how to get someone to pay you money is make it easy for them to make money or save money.
Yep.
If you can increase the results for your clients, they will pay you for it, right? And this can be a great lesson. And again, we're going to give you guys the AI tool so that you can do this, but you can do it for your clients, with your clients, and you can help them. And you look like a rock star because it works for you as a business owner. You need to understand this stuff. And as you take that out into the community, into your clients, you're helping them. And that gives them value, reason to keep paying your monthly fee is because you're providing them value like this, like education, and helping them do better in their own businesses. So yeah, absolutely, Gary,
Yeah.
like 100%. Yeah, so it's always that two-tiered system with our high-level agencies. It's like, you guys, if we can help you do better, what you learn along the way is what you can take to your client, and that helps them do better, which keeps them paying you, which is the whole
Yep.
point, which is why
That's
we
kind of, we all got to keep the lights on.
exactly. So what we AI now allows us to unlock unprecedented insights. Knowing your perfect prospect isn't just about the data behind them; it's about understanding the true value and efficiency that knowledge can bring. All right. So this is about time and resource savings. How long? So if you could know that about your clients, the trouble is it takes so long to research and so long to get into it. It doesn't anymore. Literally, it just takes seconds to be able to bring that together. So now with AI, you literally can do it in seconds. So I'm going to give you guys this AI tool completely for free, so that you can take this forward and use it and follow those three pillars of perfect prospecting that we just talked about. So this is what we call the precision opportunity model. And it becomes you're going to take this with you. It becomes your unique mechanism. And it's not about lead generation, guys. It's not about the spray and pray approach. That method is completely dead. It's not about reaching out to LinkedIn and getting a connection request and then immediately saying, hey, can I book into your calendar to show you my new whatever system? It's about leveraging AI to identify and engage your ideal prospects with unprecedented accuracy and scale. It's a category of client acquisition, engineering those highest value opportunities at scale with surgical precision. And it works because it destroys the volume versus quality trade-off. You can actually target your dream 1,000 ideal clients with the precision of a top 10
Hmm.
once you have AI in your back pocket and you can move that through. So let's do a live demo. Let's show you how all this works. So first, I'm going to show you an AI program. That's the one that I'm going to give you for free that does this profiling for you. And that's the report that we created for you, Gary.
Yeah.
Do you remember that report? Have you got it handy?
I
I've got
don't.
it if you don't,
If
but
no, if you've got it, mate. I'm sorry, I don't have it handy. No, but if you've got it
I'll,
handy,
I'll, I'll pull it up.
yeah,
But
please.
so let me go and grab it. The what we did and what we're about to do for you guys is we dropped into Gary's myCRMSIM website, and we actually just started to look at what we could do to help Gary understand his clients better and create an ideal report for him. Here we go. So here is, let me just grab this one for you. Ideal CRM, myCRM. Gary Cap's profile report. Oh, that's the video I did for you. Let me
Well,
see
you
if
did
I've
me,
got
yeah,
it.
you did me a little overview as well.
Yeah, I did do a little overview
You
just for
did,
fun,
mate.
mate.
So kind.
No, it's a pleasure. My CRM sim. There we go. I've got it here. All right. So let me just share this doc and just we'll do this live. Like we'll do this with somebody on the call right here if we want to. But just jumping in. So this was I copied and pasted this out of the report tool and we started to bring it in. So we started to understand. So for my CRM sim, we did this with Gary. We started to look at exactly who are the clients. And again, AI did all of this research and it found things like exactly the firmographics, the B2B profile of who we should be focusing on. So it came back and said small to medium digital marketing agencies, white label software resellers, especially high level, with 1 to 20 employees, typically US, Canada, UK, and Australia. And then we start to get into the psychographics and the behavioral patterns and the buying cycles. So now we can start to see what are they frustrated with? They're frustrated with Twilio or A2P fees. They're tech forward, but they want something plug and play. They want client retention. All of that, even just knowing that, you
Mm.
can create better marketing messages, right? Even just knowing that small snippet, you can change the way you write your Facebook ads or change the way you do your Google, your YouTube videos. What's their behavioral patterns? How often do they make these buying decisions? And then we start to get to, cool, how do I find these people? What platforms are they on? How should I approach them? And then we get into, again, pain points and what things are motivating them. Where we can focus our messaging to start to create better opportunities. What language should we be using? Who should we be focusing on? What kind of people in what kind of roles in what kind of industries are going to be most responsive? So we created this for you, Gary, as an introduction to what we're doing here. But
Yeah, it was
again,
pretty
we'd
spot on,
love
I've got to
to.
say as well. Like
There you
we,
go.
it was really good. So like we've done a lot of
Yeah,
this,
cool.
and we know our demographic. We've gone for a good while, and when you gave us that anyway, we're like, for us, it was a really good reaffirmation. Is that even a word? I don't know.
Works for
Confirmation.
me.
That's probably the word. A really good confirmation of a lot of the things that we were doing anyway. So
Yeah.
it was dead spot on.
And again, if you can do this for your clients, guys, but if you just knew that there was a whole bunch more in that report, and we'll do it live in just a second, but even if you just knew that piece of information, wouldn't that be valuable? You know,
Mm.
couldn't you go to market and spend less money and focus on a tighter message that brings the ideal clients back in. So guys, I'd love to do it live. If there's Carlos or Nico, if you guys want to do this, just drop in your website. If nobody wants to do it live, I'll pick a random example, or we'll use high level as an example. But it's so easy. And again, we'll give you guys the AI tool here. So if you'd like us to do a profile, just drop your website in the chat. And if not, we'll just carry on and do a random example. But we'll choose high level or a site that everybody knows
Just a
to be able to work
question, Walt,
forward
as
with.
well, while we think about this. If we've got this tool, we can take that tool, profile it for our clients, right? If we're talking to a client, say, hey, look, we're going to run ads, we could run this profile for them and then take it to them and then go, hey, we've done this profile. Would you say this is correct? Like, are we on
Exactly.
the ball here? So they're going to look at something like this as well, which we know we're going to do in a few moments with
Mhm.
AI. It doesn't take us long to create. And again, look like rock stars to our clients and go, my God, you've done some research here.
100%. And then we've stacked like Lego bricks. We've stacked some additional AI tools on top of this report, Gary. So now we can take that same report that we did for you, and we can put it into our next Lego brick, stack it on top of it, which will create marketing strategies that align with that customer profile. Then we can take that and we can put it into a content generator AI tool. And so that content generator now understands the pain points and the psychographics and the demographics of my client. It understands my marketing and my strategy, where I'm trying to go. And now it can create content, which again is all point and click done. And you can do this for clients. So you can actually understand the client, create the profile, create the content scheduler, add that content straight into your high level social media calendar, and you've got yourself a product that produces huge value for a client. So let's have a look. We'll do a profile and we'll just use
Can I give you
yeah.
one? If we haven't got one in the chat there, can I give you
Yeah,
my wife's
cool.
business?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Let's do it.
There you
100%.
go. That's my wife's
All right,
business. I'll
great.
just put that in the chat there.
Hinterland Health Retreat. Sounds
Yeah.
nice. I want to go. Let me just grab it. Cool. So yeah, let's do it. Let me grab the right window here.
Then I can give it to her and say, look what I did for you. You sent us
Yeah,
realize you off.
exactly. Absolutely. And she'll
Then I look like a
we'll
good
get you
husband.
going. Aren't I a good husband? Exactly. And that's what we want to be able to achieve. So let me just share my screen right here. I'm on Zoom, so forgive me for 1 second as I grab my Zoom tools. And let's do this. Let's do this live. So what we're going to do, and again, guys, we will give you this tool. So yeah, all good with that. All you need is a free ChatGPT account. You don't need the paid account for it. And it's built for Australians, Gary. So all you need to do is click a single button, which is let's get started. And once you do that, it's going to ask you to post in that website, which is the one that you just gave me. So just paste in your website. And as we do that, it's going to ask us 4 questions. All right. So all I need to do is paste in the website and then answer these 4 questions. And we'll go through these together. And once you have those 4 questions, it'll take care of everything else for you from there. So straight away, what I learned, you offer high-end luxury health and wellness retreat programs combining neurotechnology with holistic wellness therapies. Is that right?
That's it.
Perfect. Facilities include the IV clinic, the on-site chefs, organic whole foods. So amazing things happening here. Who you help? People with mental health issues, depression, anxiety, PTSD, grief, trauma, burnout, chronic fatigue, chronic stress, or just people that need to unwind. Corporate clients, all right? And couples, fantastic. Key benefits. So straight away, AI has a really great understanding of what this business is. So now our 4 questions. What is the transformation or outcome your clients are most seeking when they come to the business? Now, it's because it's AI, it's given us some examples. So if it's okay with you, Gary, I'll probably just copy and paste these, and we can say, yeah, that's what people are looking for. They want management of anxiety, restoring energy, preventing burnout. Does that sound reasonable?
Basically, yeah, they want to, yeah, well, preventing it, or
Cool.
they've got burnt out, so they want to get better, back to a better state of mental health, I would say.
Perfect. Perfect. So let's add that in. Get back to a better state of mental health. Curve. Awesome. So that's question one. Question two, just as easy. We go, that helps a lot. Cool. That's what they're looking for. Question two, what alternatives might your potential clients consider? So what are your competitors out there? They might choose other luxury retreats. They might choose inpatient care or therapy, coaching, etc. You know what? They might. So I'm just going to copy that, but they might also, or they might ignore it, right? The biggest competitor is for your wife's business is them not doing anything about it. So they might ignore it. So two
Very true.
questions to go. and then our profiler system will create these insights for us. So these are the things. Question 3, what's unique or better about this compared to the other alternatives that no one else does or few do as well? So I'm just going to make this up. And or you can tell me, mate, if you
What it
if you want to.
what is it is actually unique in the neurotechnology that they have at the retreat there. Like no one else in Australia has the neurotech equipment that we have.
Amazing. Our experience is unique because of the neurotechnology that is available at our retreats and our personalized approach to patient care. Let's go with that, and let's just drop that in. There we go. Our experience is unique because of neurotechnology that's available at our retreats. Awesome. So that's our unique selling point. And then our last question is, so advanced neurotechnology like QE, like how cool is that AI knows all that stuff straight away?
Yeah, grabbed it
What
all.
do
That's
your
brilliant.
best clients have in common? So this is an important one. We might say they're high performers or they're CEOs or they're exhausted mums or they're midlife professionals. If we look at your best clients, the people that have got the best results from your wife's business, what do you think they would have in common? We can make something up if
Pretty
you
much,
like.
it's basically those people. Like it's
All
really
right,
not.
let's just
It's
copy and paste
it's
that.
all of
So
those people.
isn't it amazing that AI kind of has those initial insights, like without
Yeah,
having to understand it? But I'm just going to copy and paste that in. So that's question 4. So guys, what we're trying to achieve here in a matter of moments is being able to understand the exact people we're looking for so that we can change our marketing, so that we can change our messaging, so that we can understand the right people, and then we can find those people using the next tools that we'll show you guys. So I now have everything that I need. Give me a moment to generate it. Here's your ideal client report. Okay. Ideal, who are they? Demographics, 35 to 60-year-old, slight female skew due to exhausted mums, income 150,000 plus, education, highly educated, firmographics, companies with 50 to 500, leadership teams, HR teams, psychographics. They value personal growth, mental health, high performance, burnout, breakdowns, transformation, behavioral patterns. How often do they buy? They often triggered by an emotional low point. So, and
mm,
again, if we just knew that, you could call it out in your marketing. Say, if you're going through something tough right now, we've got the answer for you. They're
yeah.
triggered by that event. The window of openness is short. Rapid response is key. 2 to 6 weeks from awareness to booking, B2B 2 to 3 months for corporate bookings. Now, how do we find these people? So we can look on platforms like LinkedIn for corporates, executives, professionals. We can look at Instagrams for mums, couples, and wellness, YouTube for long form case studies, wellness education. But let's start to get a little bit more detailed. What about trade shows? Are there conferences? Are there places that these people come to gather to get information? Should we be at these events? Then we're like, okay, how to approach them? Pain points. These are the things that we should be calling out in the marketing: constant fatigue, burnout, emotional numbness, fear of mental breakdown or failing at work and family. Like that information, again, in an email takes it from being, hey, we do this and we're great at it, to, are you suffering from this and are you worried about your family? And you can just change the tone of your communication and hit these pain points to increase effectiveness, right? What are they motivated by? What are their top objections? All right. And again, we can call that out in our content, in our on-site messaging. Okay. What kind of content do they absorb usually? They're looking for video testimonials. They want to hear from people that have been through this before. They're looking at mini documentaries. They want to understand the science behind it. They're looking at before and after transformations. These, again, personalized quizzes and assessments. Are you currently experiencing this? Going through an assessment, helping them understand and diagnosing what they're going through. What kind of language will resonate with them, right? And then we start to get specific. Cool. I've got a pretty good snapshot of how to talk to these people and who they are. How should I find them? So we should look for job titles. We should look for CEOs, COOs, CFOs, head of people and culture, executive coaches in the law, finance, medical tech, consulting, coaching, health and wellness, education, and academia spaces, right? We should be looking for these specific keywords as we're researching. And then what kind of companies can we type in a B2B space that we can do JVs with? How can we create those joint venture ideas? High-end therapies, bundle therapies and retreats together, luxury travel agents with a referral cross promo. Are there people who are already in the space that we can focus on and we can highlight their content? All right. So Jay Shetty and
Mm.
Marie Forleo, we can really start to get their content behind us. Can you see the value here, guys? Again, I'm like going through all of this. Imagine, hang on, let me just come face to face here, Gary, because this is super important. Guys, nobody does this, right? Nobody does this. Nobody is doing this for your clients on an iPad at a cafe. You just rolled out something that's so valuable to them. You just completely change the direction of their business. Nobody's doing this, right? If you can help your clients achieve this kind of clarity, and then you can build your services to match. So, based on that report that we just saw, let's create a content plan together for the wellness retreat that talks to those pain points and talks to that audience. Here's my plan of how we're going to roll that out. Here's how we're going to approach those B2B organizations and organize those joint ventures. Guys, nobody's doing this. And if we look at 99% of the advertising that we see, of the emails that are going out, of the content that's in our world, 99% of it is point and shoot. It's just like, yeah, whatever, cool, throw this out there, get this done, do that.
I think
If
it's more
you
shoot
can,
and point.
right? Yeah, shoot and point, absolutely. Dude, guys, can you see the value of this? It's about getting better at finding that next client. And believe me, there's only a small sector of businesses that can handle 100,000 new customers in a month. A really small sector of business. For most of our high-level agencies and for most of their clients, if you can get them 3 new customers this month, you're a rock star. Right? It's about pinpointing the exact person that we're looking for. It's about understanding how to reach them and understanding how to communicate with them to a point where things become more effective. Now, again, if people say no to me giving away $100 bills, the chances are excellent. They're still going to say no, even if you get this right. But your chances increase. You know what I'm talking about? You go from shoot and point, you go from randomized to specific, and you start delivering better results, and that's what people pay you for. So, Gary, is that helpful, just even as a starting point?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what's really good there as well, because like obviously like we know a lot of this stuff, and we do it, and we've talked to you guys, and we run these kind of things. So I think what you've just shown there as well, like how accurate that actually was, is actually pretty amazing, to be honest. From
Pretty cool, right?
just I mean, it already answered the questions for us. We didn't really do anything much more other than one of them we were putting about the neurotech as being
Couple of sentences that you can
the
do over a Zoom
unique,
call with a copy.
yeah, the
Yeah.
unique part. But it's amazing
Pretty
how
cool.
accurate that actually is.
So I'm going to give you guys this. I'll give you the link right now. You can have it for free. It's 100% yours. If you're a white label suite customer, we give it to you so you can brand it, so you can actually put it into your own systems, and so you can build lead magnets with it and do all that kind of stuff. But let me give you that for free so that you guys can access that information. So I've got it here. So we just did the live demonstration. I'll show you how we roll that into the next series of tools, and then I'll show you what happens when you get this right. Oh man, when you understand who your client is and you have that behind it, I'll show you something in just a moment, a 90-second clip where you can engage an AI chatbot and it has context of who it's talking to, and it will blow your mind. So let me give you that link for a start. So that is a QR code that you guys can scan, or you can just simply go to prospectfalcon.com/profile and make sure everybody says thanks, Gary, because that's for you guys as part of the myCRMSIM group. So take a screenshot, grab it
We'll
there. That is
we'll make sure the
100%.
link is somewhere below as well in the comments or something. Camilla will make sure that that's posted in the comments. If it's on YouTube or wherever anyone's watching this, link will be below somewhere too.
Fantastic. So you guys can have that for free. Again, white label suite, we give you the instructions on how to build it, and we show you how to use it, and you can then sell it under your brand and do that kind of stuff. But that's one part about what we do. So then what we do is we take that information and we bring it into the next AI tool, which is the one that we've become famous for, which is our AI program. So just super quick, we can then take that and say, okay, if you're a real estate or property developer in New York and we've run that report, you might be looking for investment clients. So we use a people search to find that. Some of our agencies focus a lot on reviews. So we would do that with our local search. So again, we're taking this information from one AI tool and then we're using the next AI tool to elevate that. So the report tells us that we should be focused on restaurants. Great, we can do that with our company search. We can get into those publications and magazines using our domain search. We've got an influencer search that can connect you with the biggest names on the planet. So let's go and see how this works. So this is the tool that we became famous for. This is our lead gen tool. So now that we have this understanding, you can drop that into our lead tool really quickly. So for example, from Gary's report or from Gary's wife report, we saw that there was things like we should be targeting CEOs and executive coaches. All right, cool. So I can take the information directly from the report and I can come and do a search and we can say, okay, here's my people. I'm looking for CEOs and let's keep going. I'm looking for CEOs of finance companies, or I'm looking for CEOs of wellness retreats, or whatever it might be. And I want to find those specifically in Australia, or Texas or Denver, or you can get as broad or as small as you want to go. And you can say, okay, look, based on my report, I'm looking for specific individuals. I think it was CEOs, CFOs, founders, whatever that might be. So we can say, okay, I'm looking for people in specific industries, so health, wellness, finance, etc. I'm looking for people who are particular size of company, particular revenues of company. So I can literally use this tool and the information to dial in who I'm looking for. Cool, got a whole bunch of people here. Sounds great. Now, again, there's a lot more that AI does in the background of this. So we say, okay, great. Now that I've got this information, we want to start to research these people using the AI. So, and again, I'm running through this really, really quickly. Sorry, I clicked on create a list. Let me just show you the end result. So we said, I'm looking for these people. Go get them. So great. Okay, cool. I've got them. Do a little bit more digging for me. So now we can start to do things like find out their job history and their contact information, email data, the social media profiles, etc. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, there we go. So this is where this particular person's worked. This is what she's good at. This is where she's history before, contact information, company, and we've got this AI tool inside of the program. So you can create the AI profiles here that research people with any kind of focus that you want to. So an example we created a profiling system. It's just a prompt. And again, we've got AI tools that give you that let me show you this one, for a business coach. So one of our clients is a business coach. She wanted to be able to research people, but through a very specific framework that she built as a coach. So now I've got my CEOs of particular companies, and now I want to research them with the eye of a business coach so that I can approach them in a different way. Cool, let's do it. And so AI can actually run and do more and more and more and more and more data digging information, and it does it in seconds. And the cool thing is here, Gary, and I'll show you the result of this in just a sec. The cool thing is here, you take this information, and I know we're running out of time. You take this information that AI is going to do for you in the background, which will pop up in just a sec. You plug it into high level with one click. And then when you engage the AI chatbot with this information, the whole world changes. And I'll show you why. So here's the research that AI did with a very specific framework that this coach wanted to be able to get, an understanding of who the customer is. That information all goes across to high level. You don't have to configure it. It just clicks and does and goes straight across. And then what happens next is mind-blowing, because now we're able to personalize everything. We understand who the customer is. We've got their pain points. We've got all that kind of stuff. And you can call them out in incredible ways. So this is a 90-second clip that I'll play for you. And what it is it's showing somebody just opting in on a web form, right? It's just, hey, if you'd like a free chiropractic assessment, put your name and details below. It's literally just somebody opting in on a web form. And because of the AI that runs in the background, what happens next is mind-blowing. So let me play this for you guys. Yes, I want my free coupon. Let's go. And it's going to send it via SMS. All right, so Jody has just opted in. She's just come to our site, or she's answered a Facebook ad, or she's done something like that. She's in our system, and the AI knows about her. So let's go and check my phone. I'm just going to connect to my phone here and make sure we get the messaging here. All right, so here's our message to Jody. Thanks for registering. Here's your coupon. Now, I want to prove that the bot, AI, knows who it's talking to. So I'm just going to kind of skip to a thread back and forth. I'm just going to straight ask, what do you know about me already? So let's ask, what do you know about me? And let's see if the AI now has that information. And boom, you're associated with Jody Michael and Associates, a firm known for its comprehensive approach to professional coaching, including, How incredible is that? So no client's going to ask, how do you know about me? But what they might ask is something like this. How can your system help me
Mm.
specifically? Now, because the AI knows, watch what happens now. Can be particularly beneficial in a number of ways. And boom, check out the incredible information that it's been able to create because it knows who it's talking to. I'll just do one more because I love this. What kind of leads should I look for? Here we go. The AI knows who it's talking to. Jody came to our website from any place, and the AI knows who it's dealing with. How incredible is it for your system to be? So, guys, what we just saw was a result of AI contextually understanding who the conversation is all about. So when you have that data and you plug in your chatbot, now again, we did that with our own Prospect Falcon leads tool. What kind of leads should I find for a coaching business? It was able to understand. But for your clients, for a chiropractor who's talking to a golfer, how can your system help me? Well, because of your golf and the bad back, we can do when the AI knows who it's talking to, the conversion rate goes through the roof because now you can engage automatically with context. And it's freaking scary. It's so amazing. And only AI has made this possible. So I think I've only got like one or two little slides here left, Gary. But
No,
guys, I hope
you're
you
good,
kind of
mate.
see how this stacks together. Let me just go through. Hang on a sec. Get my presentation to go to the next slide. So in the era of AI, it's more than names and email addresses. Lead generation used to be just about get as many names and emails as you can, but in the era of AI, it's tailored, right? It's engineered, it's personal at every touch, and that means content, that means messaging, that means outreach, that means responses, that means everything. And only with AI can you make that happen, right? So the white label suite story from we started with this leads tool. We got asked by so many high levelers, can we white label it? We did that 4 years ago. 2,500 people later. I do. If you guys want to grab all of our AI tools, we're doing that at a one-time price for the myCRM crew. So the profiler that we've already given you guys for free, you can upload that into the offer creator, the content builder, the strategy system. We give you access to Prospect Falcon, so you get that leads tool. That's a one-time price if you guys want it. So
Is that a deal for our people, is it? I didn't even know you're doing
that's
this. Is it?
that's the deal for you guys. Like
Oh, sweet.
that's all of our AI tools. That's the lead search tool. That's everything that we put. You guys, you can have that at 297 as a one-time price. There's no subscription on it. You'll get offered if you want to have extra credits every month at a discount. You can also turn that on as you go through if you want to. Guys, again, that's not white label. That's just us giving you guys the gift of using the program yourself to build your own program. If you want to sell this to your customers, come and chat to us about white labeling it, and we'll make that happen. But yeah, prospectfalcon.com forward
Awesome,
slash
man.
myCRMSIM. You guys can grab that. It's, as I said, no subscription. You can turn on the monthly credits if you want them. But yeah, one time price, get all our tools. If you want to white label it, come and chat to us. But I think what we wanted to leave you guys with is that prospecting using AI is now smart. It's intelligent. Um, and like we started by saying, if you've got the right tools in your toolkit, then building a house is easy. If you're constantly struggling with what do I do next and where do I go, then everything becomes difficult. So we do, weekly coaching calls, and we've got all of the tools there and a great community, and we'd love to help. That's our place in the world.
Thank you so much, Walt. Like,
Cool.
I I hope everybody who's watching that just kind of takes a little breath and realizes how powerful all that stuff is when you can hook all of that in. And even just at the start, understanding your business, who your customers are, and taking that first step with like identifying your customers' customers or your customer's ideal customer. Because like how many business owners, like we've all been in that space and we still have customers still through our digital agency. I've dealt with many, many, many of them over the years who really don't think that much about who their customers are. They just go, I sell doors. So anyone who needs a door, that's my customer. It's like, is it really? You know?
And
So
and even though you say everybody needs doors, only 1% of people need doors now, and only 1% of people are looking like. And it's just understanding that framework. It'll save you time. It'll save you tens of thousands of dollars. Understanding how to reach the people that are looking for you now or having the best chance of saying yes helps. It helps with time. It helps with lead generation. It helps with getting things better. And doing that for your clients is a sure way that they'll keep paying you.
Yep, and you look like a rock star by using these
Like a
tools.
rock star.
So,
Exactly.
mate, thank you so much. We'll put all the links for everything there below. So I think it was prospectfalcon.com/myCRMSIM. I think I saw.
That's the one.
Was the link to that GPT on that page as well?
Yeah, so that one is so the one for free, giving you guys the link. Let me just go back. It is, I
We
think,
can.
prospectfalcon.com/profile. You
Oh
guys can
yeah,
just
sorry,
get the
that was on that thing. So yeah,
yeah,
we'll have all that. We'll put that down below there. We also have a free training course that you guys already gave us, which is in our members area. So the link for that will be below as well. So that goes into more depth about how to actually get leads through the system and stuff like that as well. So it's powerful stuff, guys, because I know people they struggle all the time. Go, I don't have enough leads. I don't have enough leads. It's like, how can you not have enough leads? Like you can get leads. Like that's actually not that difficult. I know it's time and money. There's ways to scrape them. There's plenty of ways to get leads. What you don't have enough of is like the systemization or the understanding of how to manage those leads. That's where people I think really struggle as well. So
exactly.
all of this stuff is perfect for that, and you guys do a fantastic job in the community, mate. It's part of the JHL community. Like I said, weekly coaching calls, all that stuff. Your Facebook group is amazing. Um, we'll see you in Dallas very shortly, mate, which will be awesome.
Will indeed.
Excited to see you
Hopefully,
there.
guys, anybody that's watching, come up and say hi and let us know if you see us in Dallas. And yeah, just keep in touch as you see us around the circles.
Just don't take the Vegemite from a spoon from Walt like you gave to people
Never do
last year.
that. Never, never do that. Tim Tams, yes. Vegemite, no.
But
Awesome.
the chocolate koalas are good, mate. I brought them back last year for my son from you. That was good.
Nice. Love it. I love it. Very cool. Very cool. Well,
Awesome.
guys, yeah, thanks for the chance to come and say hi. Again, our whole world is about helping people create growth through doing smart lead generation. And hopefully something that we covered here just can change the way that you approach things and can change what you do for your clients. And yeah, we'd love to help if we can.
Thanks so much, mate. Keep the magic happening.
Great to see you, bro. Cheers.
Thanks.
Bye.